Hey everybody, we are at Edisto Beach State Park for Turtle Fest 2023. We've never been to it, so we really don't know what to expect, but we're gonna go around and see what we can see, and then we'll go somewhere else. So are you ready?
Sure.
We're gonna have a turtly good time today, so let's go. I thought it had signs out here at the road saying it was Turtle Fest. It's right there. Oh, it's right there, but it's not at the road.
How you doing? Okay.
So out of the 4 coastal state parks in South Carolina, Edisto does have by far the largest amount of sea turtles that comes up and lays their eggs out here every year. I can't really blame them though, it's a beautiful place. Oh dear. That way. Over there.
Go ahead. I'll walk behind you.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. So our booth's called How Low Can You Go? We've got a limbo game for the kids.
If you want to play limbo.
You can
we're-
play
Don't think
limbo
so.
as well if you want to.
And we're talking about the zones of the ocean, so it kind of goes with limbo. So our top zone is called the sunlit zone. It goes from the surface down to 656 feet. And this is where we get lots and lots of sunlight. It's warmer, so our algae, plankton, and other plants are abundant here, so lots of food. So we have abundant marine life. And some of the animals that I'm sure you're familiar with that live in this zone are the iguana, the porpoise, walrus, blue whale, and the sea lion. And our sea turtles spend most of their time in this area because that's where their food source is.
So the second zone is from 656 feet all the way down to 3,280 feet. It's called the twilight zone. So unlike the sunlit zone, this one has a lot less light, a lot cooler temperatures. Some of the animals that are down there, emperor penguin actually goes to 1,500 feet. Beluga whale, 2,600 feet. The turtles actually do spend some time down here, but mainly spend their time up in the sunlit zone. In here, you might get animals with a little bit bigger eyes, some translucent animals, a little bit bigger mouths, because less light is getting down to that footage, so it's a lot harder to adapt there.
So then the deepest zone is the midnight zone below 3,280 feet all the way to the bottom of the ocean. So it is completely dark in the midnight zone, and it's very cold, and there's very little oxygen. So a few of the animals that you're familiar with would be the great white shark spends time here, the bluefin tuna, and then believe it or not, the leatherback sea turtle can travel below depths of 4,000 feet. So they don't live here, but they're able to travel into this zone, which is pretty amazing that the sea turtle can do that. So here we see lots of strange adaptations that the animals have because of the lack of light. There's less food here, and it's more challenging for them to find food and not become something else's food. So some of the adaptations you would see, some of them don't have eyes. They don't need them since it's completely dark. You see bigger mouths to be able to capture food, feelers to be able to detect what's around them, and then we have some bioluminescent animals that can create their own light source. So lots of really interesting and unusual creatures that live at that depth.
Cool.
So,
That's very cool.
and we've got candy. If anybody would like candy, you don't have to do the limbo to get candy. And we've got little sea turtles, and you can do the limbo if you'd like to.
For the candy. Do it for the candy.
So I appreciate you stopping by,
Yep.
and we will do the limbo.
All right, you ready for
We're
limbo?
gonna start with the sunlit.
So this is the sunlit zone. It's really
gonna
high
be
up.
easy.
And this is an easy one now. This is where everything lives, all the good food. All right, there you
That
go.
was easy.
So then you get to the twilight zone. It's a little bit less.
All right. Now we're
And
gonna
then-
make it hard.
All right, here's the hard one. All right, good job. Great job there. Y'all want to do it? Do some limbo?
And I'm here talking about trash this morning. And one of the things that I'm talking about in particular is an app. It's called Clean Swell, and it's an app. It's a free app that you can download on your phone, and it records the types of trash that you collect. And they're taking the data and figuring out like what are we finding on our beaches. So like cigarette butts, 1,207, and this is from our beach. So I clarified with Leah. So this is for last year, so it's the wrong year, but this is from last year. 4,611 items were actually recorded, which equated to approximately 542.5 pounds
Oh, wow.
of trash. And so what they do with this data is they're looking at like what are we finding and what are the trends and how can we educate ourselves to how we could do better. So we came up with the five things we can do for turtles. So when you go to the beach, taking 5 seconds, looking at your area, or especially when you leave, making sure there's no trash. Challenge yourself when you're at the beach, whether you're on the beach or walking on the beach. Finding 5 items to pick up, even though it may not be our own, but that we're leaving the beach better than what we found it. And then 5 items that are better to be left at home indoors versus outdoors in the windy conditions, such as your plastic grocery bags, using a backpack instead, or your canvas tote. Your plastic bag, if you're eating chips or crackers, go ahead and open up those bags at home and put it in a container, so that's one less bag you have to worry about at the beach. Choosing to use a metal straw instead of a plastic straw so that it doesn't blow out at the beach. Your balloons are much better at home than at the beach, which I never brought a balloon to the beach, but I was walking the beach the other day and I found a yellow one. This is before I was doing this activity. And I picked it up and I was like, if I was a sea turtle and I saw this floating around on the water, it would look like a fish. So that's definitely one thing we don't want to bring to the beach. And the plastic rings that hold your 6-pack of Cokes and stuff, take those off before you come out and cut them up. Cut them up before you put them in the trash can. And then just telling 5 of our friends, to help spread the word and we educate each other. And that, I think, has a much more direct impact, just word of mouth, telling each other, because sometimes we assume that everybody knows these things, and
They don't.
And it's not because they're bad people, they just don't know. And so if we keep talking about it and promoting it, then word will get around. So that's what's
Is that a backpack?
This is this we're off if you want to go to the beach and collect trash. So we have these trash bags if you want to go get the trash, and then we have gloves and hand sanitizer if you want to go pick up some trash. So, but yeah, we're not passing these out. I wish we were, because it would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, because they're nice bags. But these are just our trash collection bags.
All lay their eggs directly on top of the sand. You're welcome.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How about you?
Good. All right, so this is
kind of show that shorebirds and seabirds will actually lay their eggs directly on top of the sand. And they won't cover them up or anything. They'll actually incubate them and protect them throughout the time before they hatch. And once they hatch, which takes about 25 days depending on the species, they'll take care of their young. So they'll feed them, they'll protect them from predators, and they'll sort of stick around until chicks learn how to fly, which takes about another month, sometimes 2 months, and for pelicans it's 3 months. So it takes a lot of parental care for these birds to be able to fly off on their own and be independent. So what my team and I do is we'll set up nesting areas where we think the habitat looks good for these birds to make their nest, and we'll rope off the area. That way dogs or humans and they're able to be safely incubated and protected by their parents, and you can see they blend in so well with the sand, so that way no one accidentally steps on them and gives them plenty of space to be able to take care of their young. So kind of interesting to see how exposed they are, but that's one of their strategies that they've adapted.
These eggs are exposed the whole time, how do they hatch?
They don't cover them up. I mean, they shade them. Parents will, male and female, will take turns. And they mostly actually incubate them to shade them from the sun.
Okay.
Because it's so hot here. And eggs can't thermoregulate. The chicks can't thermoregulate. So they rely on their parents to stay on and near the nest to keep them cool.
Both parents have to do.
Yes, yes, it's very dual effort. Yes, yeah, but it's kind of neat to see how much care it takes for these birds to have chicks.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, so nest is where they came up and they liked the spot and they actually laid eggs. And then false is where they were like, no. And they left. Usually they come back, but it's not uncommon to have some false crawls where they'll come up, they don't like it, and they leave. But when they do find a spot they like and they nest, they dig out a chamber with their back flippers. So their back flippers have a bone structure kind of like our hands. So they actually like scoop out and dig with their back flippers. And it can be 18 to 24 inches deep, which is a pretty deep amount for having not long arms and things. They have little short back flippers. They can dig really well with them. They have a lot of mobility in them. It was surprising to me because I'd never seen them before, and they genuinely like can bend them like our hands. It's a little weird, but cool. And then once they do that, they fill it back in, they pack it down, so they'll plump it down, and then they fling sand over it. And this is where it's really hard to find them, because they will take their front flippers and they will fling sand behind them, and it covers up everything that's useful to finding ants. So usually they do that to protect it from predators, and to basically just kind of add another layer of protection on top of that nest, so it doesn't necessarily look like there's a nice tidy hole and this is where the eggs are, which is great for predators and keeping them away. It's also really great for confusing scientists. So we then ourselves oriented, and then we probe for it. So we just take this, it's really simple, and we put it in the sand. And if there's a lot of resistance, we know that we haven't found the eggs. We usually try to test it like on the beach because each part of the beach feels a little bit different. So you could have areas with really soft sand and areas like that are totally shells, and you kind of sound like a machine gun going through it. But when we do find the eggs, there's a drop. So you'll get to a point where there's like no resistance anymore, and that's when you found the nest. And you can feel the drop. I do. And so that's where you know when you found the eggs. And it's pretty cool. Then sometimes it takes a couple tries to find it, but then you dig them up and you'll find them. We usually don't dig them up until after they've hatched. So once they've been laid, it takes 45 to 60 days. Thank you. I'm sorry. I've said that at least 3 other times this morning and I forgot. So that's how long it takes. And then after that, we leave it for about 3 to 5 days. Yeah, for a little bit of time. And then we go in and we inventory it. So we do that to find out how successful the nest was. So we see how many hatched, how many didn't hatch. And if we collect any little stragglers that are kind of behind, because they all usually emerge as one big group and go down to the ocean together, safety in numbers. Sometimes some of them get stuck in there or they're too tired to come out. So when we inventory the nest, we take the little hatchlings up, we put them in the bucket, and then we release them back into the ocean. So that's kind of how we do it. Does anybody want to try probing for the eggs or in our imaginary nest?
Yeah, this is not real nest. This is my created turtle nest.
It's a very nice
And there's
creative
ping pong balls, so you won't hurt anything by using the probe. But we are trained to use this device because if you're not and you're just poking into the sand, it could impact the eggs. So like you said, we wait to feel for the drop or the give in the sand. So if
And
you
then
feel
you
like
immediately take it out once you find that.
you are welcome to.
Can I get a picture of you? You kids love it to where
So
you should have.
I know.
I think she should have also.
No, I should go down
There.
Maybe in the AC when we go to the next spot.
Have a good one, y'all.
Does anyone else need a stamp?
Also, I like your jacket. It's a cool jacket.
So I did see pictures that people posted this morning. They did have a turtle crawl here this morning. And of course, Will's not here for it. But they had some huge tracks out here on the beach. So, you know, the turtles have to come out of the water right there, make their way up, lay their eggs, and then go back to the ocean. So they never see their babies. They just come and lay the eggs and put them in a safe spot. And sometimes it's not a safe spot and they have to move them back further so they don't get washed away. And then they go back out to sea. And then later on the little babies hatch out, then they do their little crawl.
You all doing the ultimate outsiders?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what you're doing? Okay. I've had a couple of you guys. How do you prove you're here? You want to take a picture?
Oh, we already took a
You
picture.
already took a picture. Already
Yep.
done that.
But it hadn't.
It's not loading in yet.
Well, we might have a little slow.
If not, I got internet in the car, so.
Okay. So, This is a Turtle Fest. It's in 3 venues, okay? I would suggest you take this. If you've never been to Edisto, the Environmental Learning Center is, the address is here. Where is that at? No. I'm looking at this upside
If
down.
not, she's got GPS on her
Here we go.
car.
I know. That's why I wanted to put it in. Here you go.
362 Oyster Road
You got
Lane.
it, Oyster Road. That's the Environmental Learning Center. And also the Civic Center, which is the old school, is having the reveal of the turtles, the turtle sculptures that have been painted and supported by the businesses. And it's going to be stunning if you've ever followed that being done.
So they took regular shells.
Look, and wasn't she smart? And a glue gun.
Yeah, that is
Hot
so
glue
cool.
gun. And you can have one of these for $20.
$20.
$20. And you could also enter the raffle for the eggs, the most eggs that were ever laid in nest on the front beach by Mama Turtle. If you want to guess what it is, you're welcome to enter into this contest too. Name, guess, phone number. We'll notify you by phone as to what happened.
You want to guess?
Want to guess?
Oh, let's see.
Go ahead and guess.
So they do have this very sweet chair that you can borrow if you need to get out there on the beach if you're not able to walk. And it's provided by Waymaker Off-Road Wheelchairs. And they actually keep interviewing the man that came up with this idea on our news stations from where we're from. So his goal is to get one in every single South Carolina state park so people can enjoy the parks. So here's the official schedule for the 2023 Turtle Fest. For the day use beach where we were just at, they had activities going on from 7 a.m. and then they were going to end at 10 a.m. So getting ready to head over to the Educational Learning Center.
It didn't take.
And they got stuff from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then they're also going to have something at the Edisto Beach Civic Center from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So we need to be over there at least by 11 to get what we're going to get there. And then on the back, they've got this turtle scavenger hunt. So that's pretty cool. Prettiest flowers out there. So I forget what I said earlier. We came to the Civic Center first because they're supposed to do the art reveal at 11.
So I had to get a t-shirt. Well, he's thinking of getting one, so I told him, go get one. I got $5. Did y'all get one of those things to passport? Do you want to do this? I think you get it stamped at every booth. I don't really know what happens with it. Oh, and then you enter a raffle for prizes.
All right.
Here, let me see.
Okay.
You each want one? No.
We live in the area, about 2 hours away.
If you'd like to donate to the food bank, we're always looking for help, or if you know someone who needs our help.
All right.
Okay, all the information is on
Want a turtle?
All right, please help yourselves.
How appropriate for the turtles.
Yeah. Here, eat a turtle.
Yeah, thank you.
a yellow blotched map turtle, and he's an endangered species. And this is actually an adult right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, so they're also, a lot of people call them sawbacks because they have not only the spikes on top of the shell, but if you look around the shell as well.
Like
And
a saw blade.
yeah. You wouldn't want to take a bite of that animal. But what these actually really help with is cutting through the water, because they're such fast swimmers, like a keel on a boat. If you think about it, is that this design helps them just cut through the water, basically. Yeah. And these ones are so wary. You really have to be able to see this kind of turtle is with a spotting scope from, a couple hundred yards away, because once they see you, even way far off,
they're gone. All right, thank you.
I've been in Mississippi and diving in after these turtles, and it is
hard to get.
They are very difficult.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, good. How about you?
This is Daniel. He's a Florida box turtle.
So cute.
You're welcome to touch him, or if you want to hold him, you can.
You want to touch the other one?
He's pretty good.
Give me a pen too?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Oh, wow.
They done good. I'm a senior.
You should come. We have a good time. We play games in the morning, and then we have lunch, and then the afternoon we do crafts.
Well, we live about 2.5 miles from here.
2.5 hours.
Huh?
You don't have to move here.
I've been at where I'm at for forever. You get your thing stamped?
Oh, yeah. You got the stamp.
I'm Chelsea. Hey.
All right, thank you.
The 10 turtles that were done last year. The turtles were auctioned and over $60,000 was raised.
Oh, wow.
The day of the auction. So,
Are these free?
yes, ma'am, they are. And there will be brochures out here later on today that have pictures and information about all the turtles, but I can't put them out till
you unveil them.
are revealed.
These are so cute. Are they great? Yes. Seven-year-old? How did I not know that? Are you? Okay. Are you interested in a shirt? Are you interested in a t-shirt?
You got 2X?
Yes. That's last year's shirt. It's $5. This year's shirt is $25.
$5? We'll take the $5. You got 2 of them?
Two 2X?
Yeah. Huh?
Card or cash?
It'll be cash.
just give a little bit of an overview about the project, and then we'll get to looking at the turtles. So this is our second year of doing this. We started it for the first time last year and had no idea what to expect. It ended up being a great project for all of our visitors and tourists to go look at the turtles all summer long and do a scavenger hunt and find them all. And then when we auctioned them off in October, we didn't know what to expect. We were just hoping to at least get the money back for what the sponsors had in them. So it actually far exceeded our expectations, and we raised a little over $60,000. Which was spread across 8 nonprofits local in Edisto. So it did great. We and decided to try it out again this year. And so we have 10 new turtles that we'll be revealing here shortly. For anyone who's just learning about the project, just a quick overview of how it works. We did order the turtles probably in February. They come from a manufacturer in Nebraska, so they had a big long journey to get down here. There were 10 of them, and then each one had a sponsor that we were fortunate we didn't have to do a lot of advertising. Everyone was real excited from last year. A lot of sponsors reached out to us right after the auction to do it this year, so we're very fortunate to have that. So the turtles are life size, basically. They're made of fiberglass. Once they got down here, the sponsor was the one who chose. The sponsor got to choose the artist who painted it and the nonprofit beneficiary who will receive the proceeds from the auction in October. The artist had about a month to paint the turtles, and then we took them to get clear coated, and meanwhile while the artists were painting the turtles, the stands were also built, and then we brought them back and attached the turtles, and here we are today. So they will then, after today, go on display. They'll be scattered throughout Edisto, and you'll be able to check them out over the summer. And then in October, we will again do the auction. It will be October 7th this year. So we're excited to have all these turtles and talk about them all. So before I get to introducing the turtles, I just wanted to thank a couple of our project sponsors. All right, let's see. So project sponsors and partners. The one that everyone listening here is a turtle sponsor. I'm going to talk about them in a minute. Our additional project sponsors were the Art Guild we partnered with last year, so they're a partner. They help provide a list of artists that are willing to paint the turtles, and then they also reimburse any artists for the supplies needed to paint the turtles if they're a member of the Art Guild. So we're fortunate to have them partner with us. Also, the Edisto Beach Turtle Project is a partner. They help provide us with fun facts about the turtles. Another piece of this project is kind of just promoting turtle conservation, and we just opened up for turtle season here in Edisto, so it ties in nicely with Turtle Fest going on here. Our other project sponsors were Carolina One Vacation Rentals. I think we have Leslie over here. So they sponsored a turtle last year and just loved it so much that they ended up being a project sponsor this year, so we're thankful to have them. We also had Palmetto Training, so that's Eddie Jackson. He has about 5 different locations that teaches a welding school, and they are the ones who made the turtle stands for us. So he welded them all together, he got them powder coated, they donated their labor, so they were a big help in the project. And then, let me see, our other big project sponsor that unfortunately didn't make the banner in time, but we have them down there, is Low Country Collision. So they clear coated all the turtles for us free of charge and donated that. That was a huge help. They're located in Multibro. Yes. For all of our projects. If you need any auto body work done, go see Jimmy at Low Country Collision. They also did the same for us last year, so they donated the clear coating and You know, I don't think that's something anyone's used to seeing in an auto body shop, a bunch of turtles, but it worked out. And the clear coat's essential because they're outside and it helps protect them from the elements and keep the artwork from fading. So those are all of our project sponsors. And then we also, in the process of transporting the turtles to Walterboro, Donnie Smith helped us out with that. And Robbie Harrison, who happens to be my husband, he's also behind the curtain. So they will transport the turtles to and from Walterboro, and then Robbie and his guys at Harrison Woodwork help to mount all the turtles. Thank you to all of them. And our countless volunteers. So the Chamber is an organization of 1.5 employees. So we need all the help we can get. So you'll see volunteers walking around in these green shirts today. So please be sure to thank them, and we appreciate everyone who helps out. Alright, so let's get to the turtles. So I am going to introduce each turtle, and then I'll talk about the sponsor, the nonprofit, and the artist with each one. And during that time, when you start on the turtle, if there's any sponsors or artists out there, they are welcome to come up on stage. They're welcome to come up on stage and say a few words about their sponsorship, and then the artists will talk about the artwork as well. So, up first, we have Lily Bell. She is sponsored by the Edisto Breast Cancer Advocacy Group, who is also the nonprofit that will be the beneficiary in the fall. And the artist for this one is Caroline Einett. So, do we have somebody from Edisto Bell and Caroline? So first we're going to go ahead and reveal it, and then they can talk a little bit about it. So here's Lily Bell. Drum roll, please.
I had so much fun doing this. I love that I got to be a part of this project again this year. I think when you think about breast cancer, everyone associates the color pink. And the Edisto Bells really like this particular color scheme, and we just discussed doing a floral design with some paisley, and so this is what I came up with. I intentionally made these little loops in the vines as kind of a subtle reflection of the breast cancer ribbon. Yeah, and I'm just glad I got to be part of this again.
Good job, Caroline.
This is kind of iffy again for me, a microphone. But this first one shows up, doesn't it? As she said, Chelsea, appreciate all your efforts with the chamber. I was once upon a time a chairman of the board of the chamber, and we had great people, but I tell you, you're knocking it out of the park.
Thank you.
Okay, Edisto Bells, I'm a founder of Edisto Bells, and Sue is a charter bell, and we are a breast cancer advocacy group, and we've been very fortunate over the years, almost 15 years now, and to have so many people that support us, and we're able to provide funding for people who do not qualify for whatever reason to get their testing and some of their meds and different things that they need for doctor's appointments. And breast cancer centers in Charleston are giving us better rates, so we are able to do that. And we're just very blessed because we've helped people all over the country actually, but we're based here.
Edisto Beach State is sponsored by Slow Boat Construction of Edisto. The nonprofit it's going to support is the Edisto Beach Loggerhead Turtle Project, and it was painted by Ginger Graham Varner. So I think Darrell, Tina, Ginger, come on up. I'm gonna go ahead and unveil her or him. All right, Edisto Beachcombers.
Sorry about that.
Hi. First, I want to really thank the Chamber for putting this event together. This is a lot of time, a lot of work, and this is the second year that they put together a successful event, so we're proud to be part of it. I'm Darrell Christensen with Slow Boat Construction of Edisto. This is Tina Coffey, also the contractor with Slow Boat, and Ginger Graham Warner, who did the amazing work on this turtle. I just want to say a few words and then I'll turn it over to Ginger so that she can talk about her inspiration for Slow Boat Construction has been building homes on Edisto Island for over 30 years. We are a female-owned business, and we really believe in giving back to this local community, which is why we're proud to be part of this project. We actually chose the Edisto Beach Turtle Project, which is in the back room, back of the room over there by the table. Please go by and visit them. We feel it's important to support them in our local community because turtles are important to Edisto. And then also they are an all-volunteer organization, so they really need your help and our help. So definitely go back and talk with them. I'd like to turn it over to Ginger now and let her talk about her inspiration for the turtle.
So I had to write this down because about time I just ramble on. But thank you for Chamber for allowing me to be a part of this, and to you both too as well. Also, I'm a two-time breast cancer survivor, so thank you. Anyway, my name is Ginger Warner, and this is truly an honor to have been chosen to rescue the Edisto Tide Project artist this year. A little about me, I grew up visiting Edisto Beach for many, many years. Then my mom and dad decided we're going to move to Edisto. So we moved to Edisto in the early 80s. My dad was a wildlife artist. He did a lot of ducks, and one of his paintings was the second runner-up for the South Carolina Ducks Limited Stand. So I grew up watching him paint. So he and I would go to these Edisto days. I don't know if you still have that or not, but Edisto days is when all the crafters would get together and sell all their wares. It is in the shopping center with Ace Hardware.
All right, so next up, number 3. We have Rosie. So Rosie is sponsored by the Weber Foundation of Helping Hands. That's Elizabeth and Rick Weber Walliser. The nonprofit for this turtle is Edisto Seniors, and then the artist was Jerry Calloway. So I think Jerry's going to come and say something, and I will have something to say about the Weber Foundation real quick. All right, so Elizabeth Weber Walliser founded the Weber Foundation of Helping Hands back in October of 2000 so she could give back to those in dire need. The Weber Foundation is a nonprofit public charity, and to date, no administrative costs have been incurred, and 100% of all their donations go directly to people in need. They've helped over 450 families in need, given out over $1 million in grants. So they are the sponsor. Edisto Seniors is the nonprofit beneficiary. They have a booth over there in the corner. But I'm going to just read something about Edisto Seniors real quick. Bear with me. so the Edisto Senior Center is a collaborative environment for senior citizens 60 years old and older to socialize, create, engage, and learn. The center opened on Monday, May 2nd of 2022. The center is designed to serve the diverse population of seniors on Edisto Island, and it's anticipated to have a maximum capacity of 40 people. And that is located off of Indigo Hill Road. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Jerry to talk about. First, I will unveil her. All right, this is Miss Rosie.
Thank you. Again, it was an honor to be a turtle again, and Elizabeth Weber was very kind in letting me do what I wanted to do. I love spoonbills. To me, they're just majestic birds. Love the colors, of course. I love color. And I did a little research on spoonbills and what they mean in different cultures. And it turns out in Native American and African cultures, it's a symbol of rebirth, and I thought how appropriate that would be to be on the turtle, which comes to Edisto every year to lay her eggs. So another note, when Elizabeth and I were discussing what to name the turtle, she had some ideas, and I said, well, I was thinking Rosie, obviously pink, and she said, oh my gosh, she said, my mother had just died within the last 2 months, and her name was Rosie. So it just seemed very appropriate. So in honor of Rosie, Rosie.
Thank you, Jerry. So Rosie will actually be located here at the Edisto Beach Civic Center. If anybody wants to come check her out later. And just a quick side note. All right, so number 4, this is Pearl. She is sponsored by First Federal Savings Bank, South Carolina. The nonprofit that Pearl is supporting is Edisto Island Youth Rec. And then the artist that painted it was Patrick State. So I'm going to go ahead and unveil her. All right, this is Pearl.
Hi, I'm Madeline, and this is Micah. We're representing First Federal, and Pat was not able to be here, but he was the one that came in here. We're just grateful for the opportunity and what Chelsea has done to the community, bring everybody together and have such a special project. We were just so excited to be able to get a turtle. We were on the list last year, so we were able to get one this year. Edisto Youth Rec is very important to us. Everybody at Bank has had kids or have kids that are growing up on these islands, and it's just a really great organization to keep the kids involved in sports and other activities. Next year we will be old enough to be involved in T-ball that First Federal also sponsors. So we're just really excited that we were able to support. Hopefully in October this turtle can be auctioned off and they can raise a lot of money, and also they do a lot of other things for the community to raise money for these sort of guys. We're just excited to watch this organization grow and prosper. So anyway, if you need more information, they can know a lot more about it than I do, but I'm just getting in there. So just let's help support that.
Number 5, and then I'm going to take a little quick break. So number 5 is the Summer Breeze. So number 5, the Summer Breeze is sponsored by Bob Redburn at Sea Spirits Liquor and Edisto Ace Hardware. The nonprofit is, again, Edisto Island Youth Rec, so they're fortunate to have 2 turtles sponsoring them this year. And the artist is Alicia Harrison Young. I'm going to go ahead and unveil.
Good job, Alicia.
Summer Breeze.
I want to support the Chamber of Edisto, and I didn't sponsor this last year, but I bought one. And if you'd like to see it, it's on Palmetto Road. I just put it up yesterday. I've always wanted to give back to the community. I supported this same turtle, glass turtle, to the youth group. And I think everybody out here ought to support the youth group on the island. And this is the bottom of my heart that I support this again this year. I thank y'all all.
Good job, Mr. Ball.
If I could just make a mention of what inspired me, and Bob he really gave me free rein on this, and he just trusted me, and I said, what about just the perfect beach day? So that's the whole concept of that. And the Palmettos, to me, it's just like, it says that stuff, so thank you.
Good job, Lee.
So this was sponsored by Sandbar Pizza Joint. We have Annie and non-mayo up here. It was a nonprofit that it will support is a Good Samaritan Clinic. And the artist was Zach Mangum. You go ahead and unveil. Peace out.
First of all, Sandbar Pizza Joint really appreciated the opportunity to support this endeavor. Chelsea and the Commerce are wonderful people. If you don't, obviously everyone here probably knows her and knows about her, but she is really special and means a lot to us and our community. We are a family-owned business that involves not only me and my wife, but our son-in-law and daughter. But every pizza we have is named after one of our grandchildren. And we fortunately have 10 of them now, and we're running out of pizza. So we got to figure out some new recipes. But it's really special to us because our children have never been to another beach other than Edisto. And Zach is the artist that did this. It's a hobby for him. He actually has a full-time business, but he enjoys painting and stuff, and we thought it was perfect to let him represent us and a little bit about Edisto since he has been coming to Edisto since he was a baby, and has obviously he's been to some other beaches, but we didn't take him, but that's okay. So with all that being said, I'll turn it over to Zach, and we really appreciate being able to support the missions that we're supporting that help here on Edisto that does a great job. They're Christian-based, and you'll notice, you'll see the crosses and things of that nature, and that has a lot to do with it, and a lot to do with how we believe and what we think, and how we appreciate Edisto and the people of Edisto. Again, I'll turn it over to Zach, and thank y'all so much for being here.
So I'm Zach. I decided to do Peace Out because, as you can see, I have the little baby sea turtles on the right side, and like all peacing out. And then I know that they come back, so I decided to put a little sea turtle down in the water at the sunset. And then Botany Bay is such a beautiful place. I want to go visit it, so I decided to do Botany Bay and wanted to be like peace and harmony because that's what Edisto brings everyone, I feel like. Yeah, that's it.
And just a quick word about the nonprofit beneficiary of this turtle. The Good Samaritan Clinic is located at the Trinity Church on the island. So Good Samaritan Clinic is run by Valerie Davis. She's here somewhere in the pretty pink dress. So Good Samaritan Clinic of Edisto offers free medical and dental care to people in need with other medical and dental needs. All right, we are getting to number 6. to benefit the Edisto Bells. So this is the second one for Edisto Bells, which is great. And then the artist was Dorothy Rogers. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off Leo's sheet.
Our inspiration for Leo the Turtle came from the shrimping industry of Edisto, as well as his dad, Captain Steve. Family means a lot to us. Shrimping means a lot to us. We've owned the waterfront for 23 years, a long time. And we just opened up High Tides upstairs from Dockside. We are very grateful for to be able to do this for the Edisto Bells. It also means a whole lot to us. They provide amazing education and support to the community, and they've done that for both of our moms, Miss Doris and my mom as well, Bonnie King. So we're forever grateful to them. Thank you, Chelsea, for doing this and allowing us to be a part of it. My daughter last year looked at me and said, "Why don't we have a turtle?" So, for Addison this year, we have a turtle. The artist was a dear friend and distant relative, Dorothy Rogers, and I'm going to turn it over to her for explanation.
Thank you. Like Susan said, our families have been in this area for many, many, many generations, so naturally we're related. The inspiration was, as she said, can you do oak trees on what river, maybe throw in a shrimp boat? And by the way, here's a picture of Scott's daddy's old boat. I said, yeah, I can do that. So I hope you love it and that someone will bid really, really high and raise a lot of money. Thank you.
So CC is sponsored by Edisto Watersports and Tackle. That's Dillard and Lindsay Young. The nonprofit they're going to benefit is Aloe. Maybe I'll switch mics. Aloe is a nonprofit, and then the artist was Kim Walters. Dillard and Lindsay Young are not here, I don't believe, but we have Sherry Snipes who's going to talk a little bit about a CC, and we'll go ahead and unveil it.
Thank you. Lindsay and Dillard are out having fun on the water, so they're not here. Animals of Edisto has helped over 500 dogs find their forever home. We currently have 6 dogs who are looking for their forever home. And we also help out with situations that happen on the island, because whether you're staying in Colleton County or Charleston County, you're an hour away from animal control. So we help you out in those situations, and we are very happy to be here. And I'm going to let our artist tell you about Lindsay's inspiration.
Hello. Lindsay, I think if you know Lindsay, you know what her inspiration is. She's always happy, she's always fun, so that's what she did. She told me, she's like, Kim, I want you to take it, do what you want to do, but I want it to express Edisto, as we call it, and just have fun with it. That's what I did, and I enjoyed it. It was an honor.
The volunteers chose the name CC in honor of St. Francis of Assisi, the patron saint of animals. We're not saints, if you know any of us, but the dogs don't know any different. So please join us, and we'll be happy to help you find your sainthood on Edisto.
This is Cuda. So Cuda is sponsored by Barbara Dillett. Barbara was also a generous purchaser of a turtle at our auction last year, so we definitely appreciate that. The nonprofit it goes to is the Low Country Food Bank, and then the artist was Tom Gilroy. I'm going to turn it over to Barbara.
Again, thank you, Chelsea. What a great thing to have this and to benefit so many of the wonderful causes here on the island. This is Tom's Corbett. So as Chelsea said, I was fortunate enough to be the high bidder for Tom's Turtle last year. He proudly sits on my house on Edisto Ridge. Tom graciously agreed to do this year's for the benefit of the food bank. If you're not aware of the food bank, we are at Allen Church on Botany Bay. Back in 2016, when I first came here, we had about 125 people who came once a month. This month, 582 people are coming to be served 3 days a week. So the fact that we have hunger anywhere in this country is abysmal. We can't fix that, but we certainly can eradicate it here on Edisto Island. With your help, with everyone's help, whether you want to donate money or food, we have lists of the food that we have that we need, and we would greatly appreciate it. And hopefully it's going to go for a lot of money for Tom's beautiful turtle.
Thank you, Barbara. And thank you, Chelsea. I'm very proud to be able to do a turtle for the food bank, because it's a very important beneficiary. Kuta comes from the Malinki Bambara West African language. Kuta evolved into the word Ngula, which becomes Kuta, which we all know what Kuta is. The turtle is fundamental to the mythologies of Africa, and it's seen in African culture as the trickster, but it's also thought to be thoughtfulness. And in the Native American culture, the turtle represents the primordial, I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, and also the dragonflies in mythology are the layers of souls. So, hence the combination of the different mythologies. So if you notice, there are both American Indian and African icons on the turtle throughout. So anyway, thank you very much.
Last but not least, number 10. So this turtle is Sunny. Sunny is sponsored by Presley's at the Marina, and the Marina at Edisto Beach. Sunny is going to go to benefit the Who You With benefit. And the artist, her second turtle, is Alicia Harrison Yelton. So what she managed to do too. Alright, so I know we have Joey and Sharon Bagwell here at Presley's, and Laura and Charles Yeomans, and Charlie. Alright, I'm going to turn it over to everybody to say something.
Welcome, Edisto. When they told me I had to do a 20-minute speech today, I was a little bit nervous about that, but I'll cut it short just a little bit. And here she is. Presley's just celebrated their 10th anniversary here on the island. Maria and Brad and Sharon and myself have become islanders. And we love it here, and we love the turtles culture, and we love Whit. He was part of our Edisto family many years ago. We have a new tenant downstairs at the ship store, Laura and Charles, and they're a wonderful sister.
Hey guys, just want to say that we're really proud to be a part of this. Laura actually used to work for the chamber prior to us taking over the marina recently. So we have a little bit of history there, and I'm just glad to be a part of it, and I think it's for a wonderful cause.
So I'm Trey Hanks. I just want to thank the Chamber. I also want to thank Presley's and the Marina for allowing us to be part of this terrific event. As they mentioned before, the Who You With benefit is in honor of Whit Nelson. He was a young man that took his own life a couple of years ago. So my daughter Nicole and another good friend, Lindsay, decided they wanted to do a fishing tournament. So they got Whit's mother, Elizabeth, and my wife, Sandy, involved. And what they thought when they were putting together was a small fishing tournament with a couple of boats, raise a couple of dollars, and it would just be fun with 2 bummers in the event. Well, it turned into raising close to $100,000 in the past 2 years that we did benefit. We told them that. We certainly appreciate the support and the goodness for us to be involved in this great event. We just couldn't be happier. Thank you.
I was just honored to be part of it, and so excited I got a chance to participate and do 2 turtles. So I've been busy, but it's been wonderful. So thank you.
Good job. Thank you all. The beautiful turtle. My husband's personal favorite, with the blue one. Thank you guys. As a side note, Team Harrison hopes to win the Redfish tournament this year. All right, so real quick, I have a couple people I forgot to thank. I definitely want to thank the town of Edisto Beach. They're very generous in helping us out with our locations anytime we want to have events. I know we have some council members here. Jay Watts, he was helping us move some turtles earlier. I know Bob Renner's here somewhere too. Okay. And then Joey Bagwell was up here earlier. I don't know if the mayor's here. Robert Moore? Nope. And then Jerome Kaiser is the other councilman. I'm not sure if he's here either. But just want to say thanks to everybody in the town of Edisto Beach for helping us out. And then lastly, I want to recognize my chamber board. We have some members here. If you're on our chamber board, maybe you could stand up, give a wave. Ladies in the corner. All right. They are all very supportive in helping us do everything we do, so couldn't do it without them. So thank you guys for being here. These are 10. Feel free to look around and take your pictures with them. They will be scattered throughout Edisto. Grab the Edisto Turtle Tide guide to see where they can get a picture with each turtle with everybody associated with it. And Morgan is going to be taking our photo over there.
How's the turtle series trying? Oh, okay.
Oh my God's sake! Oh, did I have a house
Yeah. That's your rent. You and your sister own it.
So that's what my name was. We talked about our money. And shut up! When I buy flowers at Whitney's Hands and my husband says, okay, well, I love you, but I just say,
Exactly what you told me yesterday.
Okay, is that
and go to the Educational Learning Center now.
So now we're heading back to the Educational Environmental Learning Center. If we can get a parking space. That's where the third part of the event's at. Those turtles were outstanding back there.
Beautiful.
They were gorgeous.
They got a lot of time involved in that.
I know, right?
And of course, that right there is what today is all about, the loggerhead sea turtles. Ah.
Oh, the speakers are so longer and big. Oh yeah, that's big old.
Nine forests, yep. Out of 9 forests, full of wildlife.
They had, what time were you there? Because it was done by 10.
Yeah, I got there.
Yeah, they had a bird walk, nature bird walk. They had some limbo. Leah did some, had a fake egg nest. Probing.
And that shows the different sizes of the turtles right there. You're in between a green and a leatherback. See where I'm at. Now you can hold it.
You're almost 6 foot tall.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Got some coloring sheets and some word searches.
All right.
And
Sea turtles, the glue.
cutest little turtles you've ever seen.
Oh yeah, they're adorable.
Yeah. If some little people in your life and you'd like to take some, please do. What you get?
Huh?
You got this one?
I don't know if I got that one. I don't think I did. They said help ourselves, so I did. Aren't they adorable? I just love little turtles.
And they egg cartons.
And pom-poms and googly eyes. All right, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the Turtle Fest video from Edisto Beach State Park. We did not know what to expect where we came, but I have to say we had a good time, didn't we?
Yep.
Those turtles was absolutely amazing. They did an outstanding job on decorating those, and you know we love to buy a t-shirt anywhere we go. So last year's shirts was only $5 and this year's shirts was $25. I don't know about you, but I think I can wear last year's shirt and save $20 a piece. What you think?
A t-shirt's a t-shirt.
That's right. So this was the 2022 design. So apparently last year was the first year they ever went around town and decorated turtles. But I think that's a wonderful idea because we actually go to towns and video stuff like that.
Turkeys. Aiken got horses.
Cherokee's got bears.
Yeah.
So at one of the tables they were giving away these beautiful bracelets for free. I don't know how good that showed up, but anyway, they were free. So Mom got one, I got one. At another table, they were giving about turtles, how appropriate. At another table, Tootsie Rolls. And then another table had koozies and ink pens.
And I just got back.
Oh.
That back there.
She got these before they took up the table. That was the archaeology table that I just
the
bypassed because they were already
They
cleaning
had
it up.
pencil and everything back there.
And look at these super cute little turtles. I could not leave them. They were just in a box. She said help yourself, so I think I got one of every color.
I think she only getting half.
Yeah, because they were already wrapping them up. So then also, they did not have them out when we were at the table, but they put out the brochures after the turtles were revealed, showing what the turtles look like and where they're going to be located. So if you would like to come to town and see all the turtles for yourself, this shows where they are. I don't know which one I like the best. They were all beautiful because I am a sea turtle lover. I actually cry in front of the South Carolina Aquarium, sends them back out to sea. It just means so much, you know. And also by this, we got to do the thing. Oh, it says tag Edisto Turtle Tide with your photos. Get all 10 and we will send you a fun surprise. Just might have to do that. So it says about the project. The Turtle Tide Art Project started in 2022, was developed as a way to showcase art throughout the community while also promoting local businesses and supporting charitable organizations in the area. The project also serves as an educational tool to increase awareness around turtle conservation. 10 turtle sponsorships were made available this year to local businesses and organizations. Sponsorship involves covering the cost of the turtle sculptures, choosing a local artist to paint the turtle, and designating a non-profit beneficiary to each turtle. Painted turtles will be on display throughout the turtle season until October, when the sculptures will be auctioned to benefit the selected non-profits. And that right there, if it'll show up, that's the QR code that shows you how you can go and look at the turtle tide. So how'd you enjoy your trip?
It was good.
It was.
This turtle was
Well, gosh,
good.
Mom, since you're already in your turtle, I might as well get it in my turtle. Oh yeah, and here was another koozie that we got. Mine's in my
Where's the-
pocketbook.
I know you got a different one.
I did. So since it's a turtley day, might as well eat a turtle. It's fabulous as always. So, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you had a great time watching it and seeing all the turtle sculptures unveiled on camera. You got to see them as we were seeing them. While she's using her flash. So, that's going to do it for this one.
Subscribe if you hadn't.
And please like, comment, and share. Only if you like the video. But if not, that's okay too. So, let me put my seatbelt on because she's already starting to back up. And then I'll have to end the video. So that's it for this one. So, toodaloo!